How do you walk the stage and prepare your microphones if you're getting ready to MC or host a corporate event? Hey there, in this video series, we're going to look at some of the tips and tricks that I used at a recent conference I did for C2P Enterprises down in Clearwater, Florida. And I took the time to record some behind the scenes footage. And in this video in particular, we're going to talk about preparing your mic, meeting with the AV tech team, and then pre-walking the stage to make sure that you are prepared to do an amazing job as an event host or MC. Hey there, my name is Josh Friberg, and I am a transformational MC. I work at corporate events, making sure that they're more connected and collaborative, and that we move the expertise from off the stage and down to the floor where everyone feels like they're part of something and open to the possibility of greater transformation. Hey, if you like content like this or you're preparing to MC or host an event, would love for you to subscribe to this channel and check out the next few videos in this series where we're going to be deep diving into some of the preparation I do right before an event kicks off in that last 20 minutes or last hour before we go on stage. In this video, you're going to see two clips, one where I'm getting the microphone ready and meeting with the AV tech, and then the other one where I'm literally physically walking the stage in order to prepare for an event of about 120 people, financial planners from all over the country that have come together for a 3-day conference. So let's take a look at what I was thinking about and learning and preparing for during this event. All right, hey, so I'm at the C2P conference, and we're starting in about 20 minutes or so. One of the things I always like to do before I get here is I will take a minute to get to know the AV tech, get mic'd up so we have the mic running, and always figure out what their rules of engagement are. In this case, he wants to make sure that I know I can mute myself if I want to at the pack, and that he'll only ever turn my mic on when I'm on the stage. This is an important reminder so that I know kind of what to expect in terms of how the sound, when I'm going to be amplified during that. So in case I decide to have a side conversation, just being aware of whether or not that's being broadcast or not. The second thing I like to do is always make sure that I walk the stage, that I've taken the time to actually understand the area. In this room in particular, there's a lot of bright lights, and I want to know what am I looking for, where are areas that are going to blind me, or potentially where I'll lose, get those sunbursts that you get when you look at a light. Because I'm going to be reading some names, doing some introductions, and I have to be able to see my notes. So I want to make sure that I'm not going to hit those sight lines where those lights are going to blind me. So always walk that stage ahead of time. And then the last thing is I did take time with one of the staff here to go over all the names that I'll be doing in the introduction, writing down any difficult to pronounce names, giving myself my own sort of pronunciation key for every one of those difficult names. Let's talk about stages a little bit. So this stage has got stairs just on the one side. And so I want to be aware of that when I'm going to be coming on. And then also this stage in particular has two side screens that have projectors from. So I want to be thinking about how am I going to get from the floor onto the stage without coming across or getting lasered by those. But now let's get up on stage, talk about what that looks like. So here we are on the stage, and one of the things I noticed right away, there's two big bright lights in the back of the room. I want to watch those, make sure that I'm not staring at either one of those corners where I'll get blinded and won't be able to read my notes. Now additionally, this stage has this table, which is really pushing me far forward on the stage. I don't like this here. I'm going to move it back a little bit, and now I'm breaking something. Nope, we're going to leave that right exactly where it is, because that is not attached the way I thought it was to the base. So we're going to leave that right there, and I'm just going to avoid it. Perfect. Almost broke the table right here on camera and everything. Now, what else is there to notice about this stage? There is a really great confidence monitor down here, which this one is really set up well. It's got time left, so we can tell each one of our speakers when they need to be finished. The other thing is that it not only has like the current slide that's being projected, so I don't have to look back here to see it. Instead, I can just look at the confidence monitor and look out at the crowd. But the other thing is it's showing me what the next slide is, so that when I do press the slide clicker, it's just going to go to the next one and I can see that. And then some speakers will actually have notes in the notes section, and those notes are available for them to see as well. So really cool setup here. The other cool thing I like about this is you'll notice there's two big speakers, or actually they're not there for you. There's two speakers on the front corners of this, which means you're less likely to get feedback while you're up here on stage. And so you can feel really comfortable and confident moving the whole stage. You don't have to worry too much about feedback while that's happening. So pretty cool setup here. Definitely more of a classroom setup with the rows. And so it'll make interaction a little more challenging, but because we're doing some pretty light interaction sessions this morning where it's just going to be sort of turn to your neighbor type stuff, it should be really a good setup for this room. This event in particular is short days, it's about 3-hour days. So I like the volume of content that's happening for this group of financial advisors as they are, for this first session, doing goal setting to get prepared for 2025. These are some of the things I think about when I first get to an event, checking out the room, working on the audio, working on the lighting, the stage setup. Really good setup here for everybody involved. Well, overall, the event in Florida went really well, although I will admit, shortly after that video was recorded, I forgot to turn my mic pack on and opened the conference with no amplified voice. So, little mistake, we all make them. As long as you can stay comfortable and continue to move forward, the people in your audience want you to do well because they want to have a great experience at their conference event. So, if you're looking to learn more about emceeing, please follow our channel and check out the next few videos where I'm going to be going further into mastering the art of hosting a corporate event.